They really struggle, kind of like the 76ers did the other night.
Yeah, I think one of the big things.
So 0-0, still first possession here. There's one timeout less by the Jazz. 3 to shoot. Smooth. Two-hand jam. Hello. There in the paint. Slide. Pump fake. Good patience. He's got 4.
And Dave
move. Started the game off with that big jam. Compete for 3. Trying to shake some of the rust off. Slaughter. Boy, it looked like you might have had Compete ahead. And Smooth goes off balance for Green. Deep bucket for DeVillion. Here's another turnover. 3-on-1. And Seam off the window. And we got a 1-point game.
Somebody has to step up, and logically you think power forward, but we've even seen DeVillion kind of crash the boards and help out. Anybody that has that height can get it done.
Well, I know. You're pretty good up there with your German.
Thank you.
I wasn't impressed. I just, It was a German I know is from Call of Duty 2.
And Beer Fest.
Tied up at 19, but Dave Fry makes it 21-19. Trying to lead by 2. Compete. Well, he had some space there. And 3.5 to go. Here in the second quarter, Dave Fry gets a jam of his own. Get off of me. The lead to 7. So 1-point game at the end of 1.
The guy who's afraid to go onto the paint, so when they space the floor with Slaughter, if he goes down and Dave Fry helps, Slaughter's going to be there to get the shot. When you go back to that Raptors uprising game, that's where Compete took over overtime and
building a house right now. And Seam with the hoop in the heart. If you're Tiffy, you got to let that one go.
You do not jump anytime you're in that situation.
Compete. And he turns it over. Seam on the break. And he'll convert with the left hand. Final shot of the half. And Tiffy somehow got it to go.
Welcome back here to New York City. It's the halftime show powered by Alienware. And at the break, the third and final game of the night. Mavs gaming up by 8, 35-27 over the Jazz. Will go from the boat. Downstairs, high above, here Larry Ridley and Phil Visu with you. And a good one here at the break. Jazz got out to a very hot start. They were hotter than the Sahara out there. You like that one? That was pretty good.
Not bad, not bad.
8-0 run, hit the first 4 shots. Got out to a really good lead. They were up 8-0. But then you look at the Mavs. It's been a 35-19 run since that point there. A lot of woofing, a lot of chirping back and forth. You heard Dave Fry yelling, I know, I know. And then you've got Compete, my man, yelling at Dave Fry, you sweet. I guess he was saying you're soft as Twinkie feeling.
I mean, I don't know, man. You put it kind of nicely with the chirping and stuff, but these boys been just barking and growling. It's been that kind of game. You kind of expected that. Again, you kind of look at the history between these two teams coming in with the same record, 3-1, a lot to prove. And, it's kind of become almost in the DNA of the Mavs, right? Have kind of a lackadaisical start and then just start to build some momentum, go on a little bit of a run, and now they find themselves enjoying a 35-27 lead. Not too bad.
Number 1 overall pick, number 3 overall pick, Dimes and Compete going head-to-head. But right now, it's the Mavs with the lead, 35-27. Let's bring in Dirk. Dirk, the guys from Big D, up by 8 here at the break.
Yeah, and a big thing where you start to see a lot of the change of play from after that tip-off tournament from week 1 up until now is that you're not just seeing Dimes being the main ball handler, the offense not just completely running through him. Ball like Seam has been a man who stepped up very, very big for the side of Mavs gaming. He's sitting at 13 points of 5 to 6 shooting. But one of the big things that these rebounds that they're getting, Seam is always the guy who's kind of leading the charge. They trust him to try to put that one in. And even when they start to run into a break, he's always that go-to guy. They're spacing the floor so well, and that's exactly what you need to do when you have 2 pure sharps on the floor. But the shot selection by Seam has been another thing. Almost like when we look at Jay Smoother, usually what he does, he kind of just pump fakes. He doesn't want to take the 3, dribbles in, make sure he just kind of gets that guy up, and then goes straight on forward and just gets an easy mid-range shot. That's the bread and butter for a pure sharpshooter. We talk about off-the-dribble shots for pure sharps. Usually you don't see it hit, but that's more from 3 in the mid-range. They're more capable of doing so. Larry and Phil, 35-27 as it stands. It's going to be a great second half, boys.
Yeah, you look at those centers, Dave Fry and Slaughter canceling each other out. You expect Dimes and Compete to sort of cancel each other out. We were looking at that third and that second spot. So for the Mavs, you see Ball like Seam. He is balling pretty good. Smooth doing a decent job as well. That's been the difference in the ball game. Those two players, those are the two guys I'm watching.
Yeah, again, really highlighted coming into this that Dimes and Compete matchup as well as Dave Fry versus Slaughter. But those third options, those fourth options, you got to give a lot of respect. Seam over these last couple of weeks, he has really made himself a big part of this offense. As Dirk said, you see him sitting there with 13 points, doing it on 5 of 6 shooting. Again, very efficient. They're going to need him to continue that, because you can only imagine how the Jazz are going to respond going into this third quarter.
Talked to Daddy Jonah before the game. He said, Larry, our changes are going to come from gameplay, not strategy. So it's all about his 5 players buying in. And right now, they are playing some ball on the road against the Jazz. Let's go downstairs for the conclusion of this game, the second half. Intel Analyst Desk. Scott, Dirk, let's go.
He's 0 for 3 from downtown. Dimes, free throw line, good. Mentioned it, Smooth coming in, averaging 16 points a game. Slaughter! He's now got 12. The JLB in the paint. There's a rare sighting of Tiffy. What is going on right now? JLB in the paint, Tiffy's throwing down. 1 point lead here for the Jazz. Mavs with the ball. Seed for 3, boom! And their coach,
the gold corner specialist, the gold catch and shoot. It's a recipe for disaster there on the defensive side.
Slaughter from the baseline, rims around and down. Toilet bowls his way in. 42-42. Outplaying Dave Fry, who only has 8 points and 5 boards. Dimes for 3. Knocks it down into Mavs. Compete. We highlighted him at the start of the show. Dimes almost jumped in the passing lane. Smooth on the break. And just like that, the Jazz are up 4. It feels like we're in the playoffs between these two teams. Nice shooter's roll. Cuts does ball like Seam. He's got 18 himself. There's Seam. 7 to shoot. Dave Fry from just inside the free throw line. And the lead's cut back to 2. Next weekend on Friday and Saturday. Dimes at the elbow. The Dave Fry. 53-51. 5 to shoot. Smooth. Lost it in the paint. Dave Fry with another rip. Second steal of the game. Back to Dave Fry. We're tied at 53. Because Dave Fry was so far ahead of Slaughter.
You got to score here.
Slaughter, 2 guys on him, it doesn't matter. 55-53, under 2 minutes to go. Dimes. We'll go now to Dave Fry. And gets his own rebound and puts it back in. 16 for Dave Fry. Slaughter. 2 hands for safety.
He rolls up to the occasion.
Tiffy, Oliver, Dimes, seam for 3. And the Mavs take a 1-point lead. Can't leave that guy open. He's got 21. 59. They'll throw it in. Compete has it. Clock running down, and he's out of bounds again. Back-to-back turnovers from the field. Back to Slaughter. Fought through the contact, able to score. 59-58. They're going to somehow, in this fourth quarter, outscore 20-17 over the Jazz. We were tied at 42 going into the fourth quarter, but the Mavs with a 3-point win. Here was the number 1 pick overall, and Dimes coming out of that second half. You guys had a big lead at the half. Next thing you know, here come the Jazz.
Yeah. The offense went stagnant, man. I had some turnovers, and we took some terrible shots. We took a lot of terrible shots, which allowed them to get on the fast break, and they didn't have to score in their half-court set. So we came out stagnant. We missed some bad shots, and they got on the break and came back and got back in the game.
I'll give you an easy question. Who's the best shooting guard in the league?
I'm not going to answer that. You already know. He just played. Ball like Seam, man. He stepped up big again. The last time he really played big was against the Celtics, and he played big today. Me and Dayfry really couldn't get going. DeVillin and JLB wasn't really going from the 3-line either, but Seam played big and kept us in the game, and we got over the hump and won the game.
Let's look at your performance of the game, brought to you by Intel. And when you look at this, walk us through it, because this is an emotional, grind-it-out kind of game. Ups and downs, a lot of different runs. Take us through some of these.
Okay, so right here, I don't know. I'm trying to think what happened right here. Oh, blow by. Okay, I got the blow by, so I knew I had the bucket right
They're
here.
highlights. We're not going to show you turning the ball over times. Come on.
Yeah, so I got the I had the defender beat. I got past him with the first step, so I had an easy layup. Slaughter wasn't stepping up, so I had a one-on-one, and I took advantage of it.
13 points, 10 assists, 5 of 9 from the field.
Yeah.
Really proving that this is a 4-1 team. This is not just one guy. I know you got the accolades. You went out. You met Conan. You're on ESPN. All this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you've really built a team.
Yes, sir. My team is great. I love them, man. We any one of us could go off at any time. I mean, everybody talk about me and Dayfry, but seeing, you know what I mean, seeing him come out, and this is the second time he's proved himself. So DeVillin has some big games as well, and JLB, man, he's a great player, man. That kid ain't gonna never complain about anything. You know, if he get his shots, he get his shots. If he don't get his shot, he's not gonna complain either. So he just wants to win, and that's what we do.
The first team in the league to 4 wins. These guys right here, Mavs GG, back up to Larry and Phil.